Good evening, everyone, and welcome to IQI Canada Evening Talks. And today is the International Mondays. I'd like to welcome all of you, and of course, my special guest, none other than Mandy Chen, who is our head of the international sales for the Juwai IQI. Hey, Mandy, good morning. How are you doing?
Hi, morning everyone. Thanks for
Excellent.
inviting me to your program.
Thank you so much, Mandy. For people to know that, Mandy is the one who's working with our international teams on different international projects. She has hands-on knowledge for each and every country in each and every project. So today, I thought we were going to invite Mandy and talk a little bit about the about the project in London, UK. Not in London, Ontario, but London, UK. Before we get into any of those questions, Mandy, it's been a while since, you've come back and we've had this session, probably in a couple of months. Give a little introduction about yourself to our audience and I'll continue with my questions.
Yeah, hi everyone. So thanks for inviting me to your program. And again, I'm the head of IQI International Sales, was in charge of overall international projects across the group. So basically you talk about from all the way to Europe to Asia that I'm actually taking charge of. So today I'm going to talk about UK properties. So I hope that you will benefit a lot through this sharing sessions. Yep.
Absolutely looking forward for that. So, Mandy, let's get to the topic. Like, how's the UK market overall doing in terms of the real estate? So let's start with a little bit of market update before we talk about the project.
Yeah, apparently right now UK market, as you know, is that it's actually pretty hot, not only to the European, but it's also to the Asians as well. And a lot of people were just wondering because of this pandemic, will the UK markets real estate be affected? In fact, it's not. I would say that the price has been like growth pretty stable over the past 1 years, and rental yield in terms of in the market is also pretty good as well. And in terms of the demand and supplies, I would say that demand is actually more than supplies because due to the pandemic, so everything in terms of constructions have been slowing down. But due to this reason, because of the scarcities of the supply, so therefore the property market is in fact actually increasing. And the returning of the international students and professionals from overseas also serve the market's demands in UK. I would say in January, the demand is actually up to about 20% up to this time, okay, as to compared to last year, while availability of stock is actually below 25%. So in fact, it's like the demand is much higher than the supplies. And there's no sign of slowing down, in terms of the overall price. And I would say that is very good for investors. They would like to hear that too. Yeah.
Absolutely. You know what, as you rightly said, because I have a friend in UK, and apparently we were just talking about, a couple of weeks ago, and I asked him the same question, like, what's going on with the real estate market? And he said, Yusuf, we don't know. It's just like the price is going up, the supply is land, the demand is so much, people are looking into it. And as you rightly mentioned, the international students are now returning, or the professionals are coming back. But even then, we've seen an increase throughout on that. I think that's what we've experienced in Canada. It's so surprised to see that what we have been looking at in terms of the UK market as well. And I believe any international investors can also invest in the UK market, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no restrictions when it comes to exit. Also, there's no restrictions. You can actually sell back to locals as well as the foreigner as well. Yep.
Amazing. So you know what? I can't wait to know about this specific project you got in today. So can you tell us a little bit about the project?
Yeah, sure. Let me share my
Would you
screen.
like to share screen? 1 second.
Yep. Okay, can you see my screen?
Right. Yes, it's all good.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so today I'm going to bring one of the beautiful project in west of London, okay, called the Green Quarters. This project, in fact, is one of the London most significant regeneration projects by Barclay Group. And just a little bit highlight of the developer. And this developer has been established in the market for since 1976, has been actually been quite some time already. And in fact, is one of the biggest and UK leading home builder, and they are listed in London Stock Exchange. And the board and the staff have actually more than 100 years of experience. And for the past 5 years, they have built more than 19,000 homes. So therefore, it's actually one of the very established developers in UK itself. And they actually specialize in apartments projects, family homes, and especially regenerations plan and placemaking. When I say placemaking, means that this developer is actually trying to build a township by itself, and actually not just apartments, blocks. They actually built a community by itself, a mini township by within the developments itself. So therefore, it's actually very, very interesting that provide a lot of I would say capital appreciations and the rental yield within that area or that project's location by itself.
Amazing.
Okay.
Amazing. Yep.
So this Green Quarters is actually located in South Hall, West London, one of the area in West London, and is actually under London Borough of Ealings with great transportation link. Okay. So again, the whole development, because of the regenerations, is actually built by natures. I will elaborate a little bit further for my next slide. Okay, before I go into detail, let's look at the where is the locations. Again, you look at this mark, the black color one is where the Green Quarters located, and over here will be the center of London, whereby a lot of people are familiar with West End, White City Livings. Okay, these are the center of London. So these locations I want to highlight is actually very close to Heathrow Airport, one of the London's busiest airport in UK.
In fact, from the Heathrow Airport, I believe South Hall is the second or the third station if you're taking the tube. That's what they call it in London.
Exactly.
So it's actually the second or the third station as soon as you take from the Heathrow Airport. Yeah, very nice.
Yes, but don't worry, it's not under the airport path, so you probably can't
No, it's not.
any noise.
From the top part of it, exactly. It's still far away from that. Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just that very close. Later, I will show you how close to the airport. Okay, so this whole development is actually a whole master plan. It would take about about 25 years in total. So they divided into this whole thing, okay, into a mixed development. So they have few phases to go around. So right now, the phase one will be quarter yards, whereby this is more on the commercial side, which is close to the train station, the tube line, okay. And right now we focus on this park side, whereby it's all residential. Total is actually the whole master plan we were talking about is actually quite huge, and the garden itself is at 4.3 acres, and we have another country gardens about 90 acres. Wetland, we have about 8 acres. And if you talk about the canal, it's about 1 kilometer away. And if you were to go to the major road link like M4 and N25, is again a minute away only. So again, you can look at it. It's like the whole master plan. It's like a little township of the South Hall. So it's gonna be provide lots of capital growth and rental demand here.
Amazing. Very nice.
So over here in this location, in fact, they have this so-called first-class connections. Basically, if you were to go by car, you can reach Heathrow Airport is about 10 minutes only. And you want to hit to the major link, N4, which is probably just 4 minutes only. And if you would go to the central of London, I would say it's less than 25 minutes only. So again, it's actually very convenient, all right? So if it's by train, like you said, it's only like 2 stops away from the Heathrow
Yep.
Airport. Yeah, if you would go to the London Paddington, the centre of London, Zone 1, again, it's just only 15 minutes. So can you see how great the transportation link by itself at this
Very
location?
nice, very nice, very nice. So
Yeah.
we're going to say hi to a couple of more people as well who joined us. So Kashif,
Yep.
good morning, Kashif. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to say hi to Angela as well. Thank you, Angela, for joining. Let's continue, please.
Okay. So again, that's going to be another Crossrail is coming. Crossrail, in fact, is the biggest infrastructure of high-speed rail, and which is just in this development itself, whereby this Crossrail will connect both east to the west of the London. So if this Crossrail is ready, you can see that if you want to go to the Heathrow Airport, it's only about 8 minutes. And if you want to go to Yearling Broadway, it's only 5 minutes. And if you want to go to the Liverpool or Bond Street, okay, a lot of people was quite familiar with Bond Street in London, it's only 17 minutes. And Liverpool Street, the first CBD is only 24 minutes. And if you were to go to the Canary Wharf, the financial CBD is only 31 minutes.
Amazing.
Okay, so all these areas that is actually within the reach of the green quarters. Again, if you want to go shopping, there's a shopping just within 30 minutes reach again. So again, if you want, I mean, if you are the employees and you're working, okay, you want to reach all these international firms or the biggest companies around this whole of the center of London is actually pretty easy, or it's actually within 30 minutes reach. So you talk about if you would to go to the airport, you have British Airways, you have KLM, you have Emirates. All this is a big organizations whereby it's another employment hub. Okay, if you were to go to the financial hub again, you have HSBC, you have KPMG. You just talk about in the Paddington itself, the Zone 1, you have Microsoft, you have Visa, and all this company is just within 30 minutes reach. So again, if you were to work around this area, so Southall actually give you a very good location and accessibility to all these business hubs.
Amazing, very nice. So location-wise, it's very, very good from the from transportation perspective as well. So within 30 minutes, you could be anywhere on that. That's really amazing.
Yep, exactly. So let me highlight about this green quarter. So not just open space, okay. Beside that, they have put in a community by itself within this development. So it's like a mini township. So basically, in London, you probably can't see a lot of greens, especially you talk about right now, pandemic, people looking for bigger space to move around. They're looking for more parks. And like just now I mentioned that they have huge parks, okay, more than 2 parks are in surrounded with this development. So they have a lot of like the whole area I would say is 88 acres. So can you imagine how big this whole master plan is? And they put in a lot of like energy, lightings, savings, all this within the environment, and there's great access of connectivity, which I mentioned it just now, and also close to all the employment hub.
Amazing, very nice.
So they're going to build a very sustainable township by itself. So basically there will be close to 4 neighborhoods, okay? And they're going to build 3,750 new homes in this township by itself. And total size is 88 acres. So it's actually a huge development with 13 acres of parkland. Can you imagine that Usually developer will not be that generous to provide so many greens, but in this case that you can find that you have minimum 3 parks in these areas, and you have 500 meters of long park, and the whole development, they have actually going to spend like $1 billion for this whole regenerations investments. So this is Berkeley regenerations kind of effect.
Wow, amazing. 1 billion. Amazing.
Yep. So again, it's like I want to emphasize why regeneration effect is actually a good potentials for capital growth. For Berkeley, they have actually done 3 major regenerations developments. Okay, Royal Arsenal Riverside and Kidgrove Village and Woodbury Town. So these 3 township, I would say that you can look at this Royal Arsenal Riverside. They used to market this project in the beginning in 2000. Starting price is 250 pounds per square feet, but eventually it will go all the way up in 2018. The price go all the way up to about 600 pounds per square feet. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
What a big difference that driven the capital value, you see.
It's double, more than double.
It's in fact, okay. So and you look at this Woodbury down, you can see that overall that they have started in that area in 2012 is about 275k pounds, okay, for 1 beta. And right now you look at 2018, the price for 1 beta is 540,000 pounds. So can you imagine how much growth just typically for 1 bedroom apartment? And you would say that it's almost 96.4% in 6 years.
Wow, that's amazing. 96.4%. That's really amazing.
Yeah, so therefore I always emphasize that you always want to invest in those areas that whereby you have such regenerations effect. That is fantastic in terms of the capital growth.
Absolutely.
So therefore, you can compare that even though South Hall and Yearling is just next to each other, okay? But again, in terms of the price points, you can see that Yearling is actually more affluent and already established, okay? And they have been increased 4.3% in 5 years. But in South Hall, you can see that the capital appreciations actually more than Yearling's. You talk about 18.96% increase over 5 years. And because South Hall used to be from nothing, okay, right now eventually they're going to outbuild and regenerate the whole area. So they're going to build more residentials, commercials, retails in this area itself. So therefore, there's huge potential in this area.
Wow, very nice, very nice. You want to say hi to Sylvester as well? Sylvester has joined us from Malaysia. Good morning. Sylvester, thank you so much for joining us. Let's continue, please.
Okay, so this is just 10 top reasons why you need to buy a regeneration plan or in this Queen Quarters. So again, we will go into one by one. So again, this is one of the London most significant regeneration plan, whereby in terms of the size, it's actually same size as 36 Trafalgar Square. Okay, and with this area, you can see that in the new arrival square is the same size as 7 tennis courts. So can you imagine that? And the length of the central garden is equivalent to about 12 Olympic swimming pools.
Wow, nice.
And also Yearling is actually London's most eco-friendly boroughs, and government actually spent a lot of money in Yearling to revive and regenerate the whole district by itself. So overall, you can see that in this township, whereby you can see that it's all by nature. In London, probably you can, when you go to Zone 1, you hardly see such a big parks or I would say green space around, okay? So over here, you have over 13 acres of parklands across 2 new parks, and you have about, they're going to build about 2005 new trees, okay, in this area. And there's going to be 1 kilometer of frontage along the Grand Union Canal. And there's a new footbridge linkage to the 90 acres of the country park.
Wow. Great.
So can you imagine if you were to stay here, even though with the pandemic, so you can still move around. So just
Yes.
within your
And,
community by itself, yeah.
and enjoy the nature.
Yeah, exactly, because this is what people are looking for. In fact, during this pandemic, we have actually gone through a lot of surveys and studies, and it shows that a bigger space, leisure space, or I would say green park, is one of the top priority for investors as well as local who are looking to buy their dream homes or homes. Okay, so in this area, not just building up apartments blocks, but it's also the residential amenities. So they provide gym, they also have co-working space, they have concierge, they have coffee bar, they have a cycle storage and swimming pool as well. So basically, they have their own residence amenities. And for this whole development, it's not just residential, okay? It's actually more like a mixed use of developments whereby they will have a different phase for commercial, retail, office blocks, okay, beside the residentials, and they're going to build schools as well as a hospital within this township by itself.
Wow. Very nice.
So this is some of the artist impressions of the concierge and the coffee bar. So again, just now I did mention about the great access of the connectivity. In fact, government actually spent 1.9 million to invest in the road, the public space, and the stations improvement. So you can actually connect to the major motorways such as M4, M25. And again, if you were to drive to Heathrow Airport, it's only about 15 minutes. And if you want to go to Bond Street, it's just only 17 minutes. So as long as you go to centre of London, it's all within 20 minutes reach. Again, the best part is that the train stations is actually in the development by itself. In fact, if you were to walk to the this crossrail, it's just about a short walking distance. Is about like less than 5 minutes from our
Wow.
first block of the residential.
Nice. Very nice.
Okay, and I did mention and highlight the regeneration effect. So basically, you have the capital growth. Okay, that is the fantastic. I'm sure every investor are looking into it, and as well as the you create a lot of rental demand, and even the populations by itself will actually increase. So again, why yielding? Yielding is actually contribute the overall UK economy, and they have a lot of shops, restaurant, bar, cafe in this area. It's also a destinations in London for shopping and a lot of things to explore in this area. So again, the GDP for Yielding is about 10.5 billion. Okay, and I would say that this is actually a very affluent districts for investor to come in.
Amazing.
And I did mention about the employment opportunities. Again, in this green hotels, it's going to be a mixed development. So it's going to convert the whole township like another employment hub. Okay, so basically in this area, you would see that even though you want to go to center of London or you want to go to those employment hub in Heathrow Airport site, is also within 20 to 30 minutes reach. So even though you work in everywhere, okay, in terms of the great connectivity will not stop you from living in this South Hall Green quarters.
Amazing.
Okay, a lot of people also emphasize on the education as well. So in these locations, again, you can actually reach a lot of schools or university within short reach, because again, if you would to stay closer to the tube line or the rail, the stations. So basically, if you were to go to university, it's actually at a very minimum drive, talking about 20 minutes to about 30 minutes, you can go to all these universities, okay, like West London, okay, or you can go to Eton College, okay, or you can go to the Royal Holloway University within 32 minutes. So all this is actually within a short distance.
Nice.
And new, like I said, number 9, we are talking about the new community by itself. So there's lots of outdoor leisure space, and they have fitness, there's swimming pool for people to relax, okay? And also they have this outdoor cinemas, they have food markets, they have already F&B, healthcare within the community reach. So you talk about Berkeley because they are well known and also one of the biggest home builder in UK. They have more than 40 years of track records, and I would say that they are also the award-winning developer. So in terms of the quality, they actually give very top-notch qualities on all the furnishing, and they give at least 2 years white goods guarantee, okay, and also 10 years guarantee on the structures
Nice.
warranty. So therefore, it's like if you were to buy into Berkeley projects, so basically you do not have to worry, okay. And majority of their project, they in terms of the capital appreciations is actually is actually very potential. So a lot of investor, even local, they would love to buy Berkeley projects.
Amazing. Very nice. So we're going to say hi to a couple of more people who joined us. So Lily, all the way from Australia. Good morning, Lily. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, we got Benjamin. Hey, Mandy. Hey, Yousaf. Hey, Benjamin. Thanks for joining us.
Okay. So let me go through the master plan. So right now
Yeah.
we actually focus on phase 3 called pub site. All right. So you can see that it's actually surrounded with all the greens and the wetland around. Okay. And the South Hall Crossrail station is over here. So basically, if you were to walk to this station, it's only about 8 minutes walks.
Wow. Nice.
Okay, and they divided into under this phase 3, they have 4 blocks. Okay, the Wisely, the Selwyn, and the Ashley, and the Harris. Okay, and right now we are actually concentrate on Harris.
Okay.
So this is how it looks like. Okay, this is the block that we are looking at. And over here, we provide a accommodation mix in terms of 1 bed to 2 beds, okay, and total unit is only 84. So it's actually very low densities per block.
Wow.
And these are some of the artist impressions of the bathroom design, kitchen design,
Nice.
and all the specifications. Also, for UK properties, most of the time when you buy into the projects, they will give you fully fitted kind of furnishings.
Okay.
So this is some of the artist impressions of the interior design.
Wow.
Okay, and the 4 bed, I would say that they have 1 bed and 2 beds. So looking at this is about total area is about 514 square foot. All right. Balcony itself, they have a small balcony. It's about 52. So it's actually pretty decent. You look at the layout, it's actually squarish, whereby a lot of investors would love it because you maximize the whole space. All right. And this is another 4 plate whereby you have a bigger terrace. So a lot of people would enjoy a bigger space to have barbecues and everything. They probably would love to have this biggest terrace. Okay, so again, this size is about 544 square feet for 1 bedder.
Nice.
Okay, in terms of price for 1 bedder, I would say that it's actually ranging from 417,000 pounds onwards. All right. So for this two bed, you can see that the total area is about 673 square foot, all right? And they also have a small balcony here. And for this type of two bedroom, I would say that the price is actually starting from 470,000 onwards. So again, in London, if you would to say that you want to buy two bedder in zone 1, probably you can't get this kind of price. Zone 1 bedder itself also costs nearly about 900,000 pounds to about $1 million. If you talk about two bedder, easily more than $1 million. So if in terms of the budgets, affordability, I would say that Queen Quarters is actually one of the project that you can actually consider, not just for own stays, for investments is good as well.
Amazing.
So a lot of people would just concern is like buying into UK, what sort of tenure that you're looking at. So even though it's leasehold, but the tenure is 999 years. So it's equivalent to a freehold, because I believe that one cannot live more than 999 years.
That's good as that would be amazing, right?
Yeah, exactly. And they have right to park available, okay, for certain selected apartments. So basically, you would pay a service charge of £165 per annum of the service charge, and it's motorcycle. Then there will be a £55 per annum of the service charge. So in terms of the estimated maintenance, okay, for this development is about 3.75 per square feet per annum. So this includes gym, building insurance, concierge service, landscaping, and all other maintenance. And in terms of the heat and power charge, estimated cost is about £470 per annum. So a lot of people were interested to know that how much is the ground rent for apartments. One bedder is about 300, two bedder is about 350.
Okay.
All right. So if you want to pay for the ground rent of cars, it's about $50 pounds, and motorcycle is about 25 pounds.
Nice.
Okay, very simple kind of reservations procedure. So if you're interested to invest one or buying one for your own stay, so basically you just need to pay reservations fee of 2,000, okay, for properties that are up to 750,000 pounds, okay. And the payment structure is actually rather straightforward. I would say simple. You just pay 10% upon exchange of contract, minus of the reservations fees. Then another further 10% payable within 6 months of the exchange of contract, and additional 5% payable within 12 months of the exchange of the contract, and the balance 75% to be paid on the completion. So it's you basically pay about 25%, okay, spread over 12 months, okay, and then after that subsequently pay nothing. Upon completion, you settle the 75%. And there are different phases, like I mentioned, okay, so it depends on the completion dates that you require. So basically it's ranging from December 2023 all the way to November 2025.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Amazing. So basically, you said the very amazing project, especially for the regeneration and the kind of areas coming along on that. Now, just looking at it, you said the occupancy is when the closing is about 2023 to 2025. Is that what it is in between that?
Yeah, but in fact, because their phase one is already completed, there's 2 blocks already completed. Then, in fact, they have actually rented out all the apartments. So, in terms of the vacancy rate, there is actually, I would say, is equals to 0. So the moment the units has been completed, the take-up rate is like almost immediate. Like I mentioned just now earlier, is that the demand and supply, and the demand is actually more than supply. So it's actually very good because of this location close to everywhere. So the take-up rate is actually very fast. And a lot of people will probably ask is like, what sort of rental yield in this area? Yeah. So if you talk about zone one, I would say that zone one, because of the price entry is relatively high. So therefore, in zone one, you probably can just get about 2%, right? But in this area, zone four, you would probably get about from within 3 to 4%. If you talk about
Okay.
studio in this surrounding, you can actually rent out about 1,000 to 1,002 per month. One bedder is about 1,002 to 1,003 pounds per month, and two bedder is about 1,005 to 1,007 pounds per
Okay,
month.
nice. Nice. So, Mandy, one more thing, like in terms of the financing, when after the down payment is done, then you could get up to financing up to what, 75%? Is that what it is normally?
Yeah, normally it's about 60 to 70%. Okay, depends
Okay.
on your financial capability. So sometimes the foreigner, if let's say if your document depends on your documents
Right.
and your proof of financing. So but then the interest rate is relatively low. So best thing is like when you buy into UK, the local UK bank actually provide the mortgage. Okay, and the interest rate I would say is relatively low. It's actually from 1.7 to about 3.5% of the interest. Depends on what sort of package that you are looking at.
Right, right. So very nice. 1.75%, 1.7 to 3.5%, and up to 60 to 70% is something which you can get on that. Now
Yes.
there is no foreign buyer tax, right? When you're buying as foreigners, you're buying, is there
Uh,
any foreign buyer tax on it?
Unfortunately, since 1st April 2021, okay, they have actually imposed the additional foreign surcharge on the stamp duty, so which is,
Okay.
I would say, 2%. Okay, if you
2%.
were to
Okay.
buy before 1st of April 2021, so you can skip that. So therefore, it's like in the beginning, there's a lot of foreigner rushing to buy into UK property just because of this saving. And before that, they have this stamp duty saving as well. Yeah.
That's still not bad. I mean, 2% is there, but again, the kind of appreciation which you are telling us, which we have seen, in the UK market, is really
Mm.
amazing. And I mean, I'm sure with this project, and this is just the phase three. We got seven more phases coming in here, right?
Yep.
Okay. So people who are interested to buy any projects, that's the beauty of IQI Global Real Estate and Juwai IQI is that, our team works internationally, globally on every project. So, Lily is talking today about the UK project. From Lily, you can get information about any projects you want, whether it is even about Canada project, Australia, Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia. So that's where Juwai IQI as a team comes in with over 21,000 agents in over 21 countries. The beauty of us is that we are literally a phone call away. I can say that, Mandy and I, we have done shows, at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning as well, depending on what timings we are at, just to make sure that anything is required, we'll take care of it. And the beauty of Juwai IQ is that if you're looking for an investment opportunity, do contact our team. We will advise you. We are your advisors. As we always say, we are here not just to sell, but to advise you. Maybe if this particular project or any other project is not new to you, we can always advise you for something else. But then when you're dealing with IQI, Global Real Estate, Juwai IQI, especially dealing with our international division, there are opportunities which are available right across the world, and, we are a global company and we can help you anywhere and everywhere. You want to say anything else, Mandy? I know there's a video also which we need to play on that. You want to play the video first and then we say bye to people? You want to do that?
Okay. Maybe I
Okay.
just highlighted the last point. We are not just the normal property consultants, but we are
Right.
the property planner for you. So we are here
That's
to
right.
actually help you to build your international property
Beautiful.
portfolio. So therefore, it's like name it, any countries we have it. So don't worry about what is sort of requirements or what sort of budgets that you have. As long as you just tell us what you want, we are here to serve you, and we are here to give you the best property investments that you could ever have.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you very much for that. Let me see if we try to play a video here before we go. So let's play this video and then we'll say bye to our audience and that. I think there's a little problem with the volume on it.
Yeah, is
Uh,
there music?
yeah, I couldn't hear the music on it. One second. Let me just try it again. on this. Some technical issue with the music, but we'll just play the video at least. It'll just give you the full overview what you just now said.
Yep, yep.
Very nice.
In fact, there's a nice music for early the morning. Unfortunately, I can't sing.
Well, maybe you can try. That's okay, no problem. I think we had a little technical issue with that. So thank you very much, Mandy. I really appreciate, I always look forward for these international talks and of course, talking to you and always get some information about new projects. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care of yourself and be safe and let's get in touch again.
Yeah,
Thank you so
bye-bye,
much, everybody.
everyone. Take care,
Bye-bye.
stay safe.
Bye.